There's a game on Steam called No Mercy. The player grape or gang grape women of his family. The more women the player grapes, the more points they get. Even 12-year-old.
Yo, what it do, you two, man? I'm not want to waste time. So we're going to get straight into it. And today we have another special guest. My nephew, Soda. I like this shit, but this ain't about that. Today about to be reacting to the most disturbing game ever sold on Steam. It's not banned. Let's see what they talking about.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so incoming yap session about a crazy-ass game that was recently uploaded to Steam called No Mercy. And basically in this game, it was a role-playing game where you were playing as a protagonist who was basically stalking women, including mothers and daughters and people in your family in the game, with the ultimate goal.
Time out, bro. Time out. They lost me already. They made a game about stalking women? That's what I'm saying, bro. Here, you want a bottle? They made a game about stalking women. What does this world come to? They're giving you a step-by-step handbook on how to get locked up.
Purpose, grape them. Yes, you heard that right. This was a role-playing grape game of which you were acting as a predator trying to take the innocence away from various different women who you were related to or not. Now, when I first came across the story, it was from a member in my Discord server by the name of Rebecca. She said, trigger warning. She said, there's a game on Steam called No Mercy. The player grape or gang grape women of his family. The more women the player grapes, the more points they get. Even 12-year-olds.
Bro, what kind of sick shit is this? What is they talking about?
Access the game because it was literally on Steam for $14.99. However, at the time of this recording, unfortunately, I can't show you.
Last time pausing. Whoever bought this shit, y'all sick, bro. Whoever bought this game. I see if it was free to play. But motherfuckers that actually bought this game, y'all are sick. Sick fuckers.
The original Steam page as it was taken down. However, I may be able to do something. So unfortunately, that did not work. I actually tried to use the Wayback Machine to find the original Steam page, but that did not work, unfortunately. Sorry, but as reported by this user by the name of Tommy, they say in No Mercy, you are encouraged to grape your sister, your mother, and her friends. This game is available to buy on Steam, a platform that a lot of other students will be accessing.
Bro,
this normalization of abuse needs to stop. And as you can see here is an image of the game's logo, along with a girl with a hand gripping the fuck out of her scalp. And here, as you can see, the disclaimer from the developers saying this game graphically contains sex and violence, mature language, nudity, graphic depictions of oral, vaginal, and other sexual activities. This content includes incest, blackmail, unavoidable, non-consensual. They say unavoidable, non-consensual sex. You mean rape? Okay, buddy. As well as the use of drugs and alcohol and cigarettes. So basically, this is a rapist, predator, stalking, wet dream, role-playing game for guys or girls out there who get off on this type.
Bro, who the fuck out here playing that game, though? Truthfully, like, please let me know so I can, like, stay away from you. Like, I feel like this should be on the same level as CP, child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should get locked up for this shit. Then you gotta think about it. They made a whole program for the game. They developed the whole game to what, bro?
They also say there is avoidable NTR, Neto Rare, whatever that means, content in the prologue, which serves as an introduction to the story and is entirely skippable. All consensual sexual situations are depicted as occurring between consenting adults. This game includes adult themes and is intended for adults 18 years and older, but we all already know anybody below the age of 18 can purchase it because Steam doesn't really have a system where they verify IDs to make sure kids aren't buying certain games, obviously. All you need is a credit card, debit card, bank account, whatever, PayPal account even, and you're good to go. They also say the characters, story, and events are works of fiction and bear no ties to reality. Now here's my thoughts on this. This should have never been on Steam. This is a crazy type of game to have on a platform, which is
this some dark web shit, bro. They talking about putting this shit on Steam. Get the fuck out of here.
But to everybody, I know people are going to use the argument, well, there are shooters out there in games where people are literally shooting each other and brains splattering against walls and you're killing people and murdering them and causing genocide digitally, which is a fair point. That is a devil's advocate point. But obviously in most of those games, that's just a byproduct of the storyline itself. It's not like the sole focus. Unless like you're in a first-person shooter where that generally is the case. But obviously people don't take killing each other in video games super seriously. Like we're kind of used to it, you know, story-driven, taken from the POV of the protagonist of who you're playing as, whose sole focus is to people. I mean, am I off on that? Like, I'm pretty sure if there was a game out there where the sole focus of the protagonist of which you're playing as was to go out there and bomb people in the Middle East, and I don't know, you were like a rogue terrorist just...
To be fair, I said to be fair. I need to stop that word. If I'm not mistaken, they got a 9/11 game where you can a simulator, a 9/11 simulator where you can take the plane, put it through. You know what I'm saying?
Innocent people, a lot of people would have a problem with that too, but again, we gotta understand human emotions. Certain things are just off limits. We prescribe certain moral prescriptions to certain events that hold more weight than other types of things, and these are just one of these games that should be off limits. Now, if you're into this type of shit, again, you do you, as long as you're not committing any real crimes in the real world. Just Steam should have never approved this type of game to be accessible on their platform to everybody, including kids. That's dumb. This is the type of game that should be left on specific adult websites that cater to these types of kinks or fetishes.
Yeah, literally, like, it should be on whatever website that they be having them little explicit games on, from the P-word site, the hub. You know what I'm saying?
For people who want to play these types of games, and you have verifiable IDs to check the players' ages. But alas, Steam fucked up. And at the time of this recording, the game has now been removed with over 70,000 signatures on change.org.
See,
they
even
say
a motherfucker 18 plus, why would you want to play this game, truthfully? Sick, man.
at Steam, remove No Mercy Plus, incest game globally now, and it was removed. And as expected, a lot of spurred out autists on 4chan, per usual, have a problem with this. You know, some people are saying grape is absolutely useful. Boomers use the threat of jail, forced confinement, and threat of grape to keep people in line. And as a Canadian, understand if I use violence to defend myself and can't afford a good lawyer, I will be held in custody until trial and made to be a victim by the staff who will charge me with defending myself to increase my stay and because I acted up. He's basically trying to defend rape. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? Somebody...
This nigga sitting here giving a whole great debater's argument about why rape is good. Oh my God. Why that word is good. What the fuck
said, in a trad patriarchal society, grape should be the only just way to acquire children. Grape is based, like, I'm telling you, I wish you people could see my face right now. These people should be eunuchs, or better yet, balls chopped off. These people with these thoughts should be locked away or just excommunicated from civilization in its entirety forever, because there's no way you have people out here on 4chan saying, how did the feminist movement convince everyone that rape is worse than murder? Now, here's the thing. My point is, that is the devil's advocate's argument. I understand. Listen, objectively, murdering.
Yeah, if you were one to defend, if you weren't the plaintiff, if you were the defendant for this game, then that's a perfect argument to go up on or go about. But this the real rule, nigga. You considering you want to play a game about SA women? You need fucking help.
As an individual, stripping their life away from them and all the potential that they could live out for the rest of their life is the worst possible thing you can do on this planet. It's the #1 sin. Obviously, second and third and fourth is causing horrendous bodily harm to people unconsensually via grape or predatory behaviors like assaulting them and permanently disfiguring them for the rest of their lives, because they're gonna have to be alive to carry that physical or mental trauma. But again, my argument is the average person playing a Call of Duty game, shooting other players in the face and them respawning on the other side of the map is not...
They not about to go around killing motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Psychopath, terrorist, sadistic motherfucker who gets off on killing people in real life. The probability of that is very low. Whereas I'm pretty sure people who go out of their way to willingly play these games and would spend their hard-earned cash to play such a game, unironically, is less.
But it's like, how do you even find this game, bro? Is it like featured on Steam? How did you find it?
In comparison to the former person playing Call of Duty to have way more serious character defects. I'm just saying the probability of a Call of Duty person who grew up on Call of Duty being out here actively committing mass shootings versus somebody who goes out of their way to play this game and actually enjoys it, going into the real world and stalking women and actually committing atrocious acts against them, is way lower for the person who plays Call of Duty, and much higher for the person who probably enjoys the game game like this. I'm not saying all players who would have downloaded this and played the game and enjoyed it would actually commit those acts in real life. I'm just saying the probability is much higher. I hope I'm kind of explaining my rationale for why people have a problem with this. And also because it's accessible to children. And I mean, for fuck's sake, literally, here's one of the screenshots from the game. You have a girl, digital girl with makeup running down her face, crying, presumably with a creepy ass dude in the back, looking over her shoulder,
like,
bro, as if
looking at this our situation go happen every day. How can you see this and still get up as a man? Like, how can you get your, you know what I'm saying? How can you get off to this? You know what I'm saying? I can't.
Committed a dozen unconsensual atrocities against her body. Like, genuinely speaking, who would actually want to play a game like this, bro, and not seem sus? Again, another screenshot from the, like, bro, I mean, good God. Here we have another screenshot from the game, right? We got another guy on the couch gripping the hell out of this young lady's head. Well, she's a digital character, but still, the depiction of it. You know, as a description for the game, the developers, they say that there are multiple endings. Players' choices shape the story's direction, offering different endings based on moral and emotional decisions. So it's kind of like what
it's like Detroit. Okay.
Story-based games where your actions and your dialogue with the other characters in the game will shape the outcome you get, kind of like a Silent Hill type game or a Life is Strange, Detroit Become Human, a Walking Dead type game. You know, story-driven games that are based on your choices that will determine the outcome of the type of you get. But
a story-driven game about taking butt is crazy to me, bro. I can't be the only one.
It's about grape. They also say deep characters. Each character has their own personality, motivations, and story arc, especially key figures like the protagonist's stepmother. Obviously, interactive dialogues, player choices during conversations determine how characters react and how the plot unfolds. Replayability, the branching paths, and multiple outcomes encourage players to replay and discover new storylines. And by the way, because I wanted to, before actually ending this video, I wanted to show you guys, you know, footage from the actual game. There are going to be screenshots here because I believe they couldn't actually show actual video from the game itself, but here we go. So taking a look, we have, you know, this guy standing in some type of, I don't know, office building, maybe a school or some shit, and, you know, here are the character models. This guy says, stop lying, your mom's rich, give me, so you get to choose the type of dialogue you want to move forward with. Here we have this character, random character. You can see the character model, the shading, you know, everything. A lot of people are saying this game looks dog shit. I mean, it kind of does, but again, you know, there's a lot of dog shit games out here. Let's be honest. Here we have a scene with one of the main characters in this black dress. Again,
I wonder how it look in motion. It probably look better in motion versus pausing it taking screenshots from the game to see what it look like. You know what I'm saying?
How the game does look like one of those standard porn, those banner ads on the side of the fucking website. Yeah, like
literally, why is this game literally not on there? That's literally what I was just talking about, not like 5 minutes ago, bro.
I don't know what I'm talking about here. Let's be honest. We're not innocent. And by the way, correction, apparently this is actually the game. It's like a photo-based game, right? So this is the actual gameplay, bro. There's no animation. It's just, I guess, 3D rendered images from Blender used as images for the game, right? For this whole, you know, grape fantasy stalker shit. And with that clarification made from this commenter, I'm gonna be honest, this game does look like dog shit if this is really how the game is. Literally somebody in the comment section saying it looks like a bad corn game. It really does, bro. Literally one of those advertised banner.
I wouldn't know what it looked like. I've seen the advertisements, but I wouldn't know. You know?
On the side of PM, like, we all know what I'm talking about, man. Somebody in the comments said, controversy aside, this game looks like complete dog shit. It really does. So with that said, guys, I just want to say, listen, man, I wouldn't want my kids accessing this type of game, bro. Clearly, this type of shit would spur up some type of character defects in my child that I just don't want festering in his mind or her mind. I understand a lot of people have results under many X-rated content websites. So it is a fairly common thing amongst human beings on both sides. Like, that's like, I suppose, one of the number one kinks for women. Like, guys and girls have different kinks that they get off on, and it's not symmetrical, you know? Like, men get off on other things, and women get off on other things in general. So obviously, this specific platform or media may cater to specific demographics of people. It's not the majority, but, you know, in general, such is the case. All in all, though, regardless of my opinion or what you may think, this should not be accessible on Steam. That's just ridiculous in my opinion. It's kind of retarded. But do let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about this game and the controversy and now it being taken down? Because obviously it's a great fantasy type game, and hey, people are about that stuff. Even if other people out there are okay with it, feel free to air off all your opinions and thoughts down below.
Alright, that's pretty much it. No, honestly, I was just thinking, you know how games rated E for everywhere, E for everyone, and for mature, all the extra shit. How did this even get passed? You know what I'm saying? It's just like an M for mature, or what's the rated R for a game? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how this passed the process of getting through someone that oversees the game. You get what I'm saying? Like the FDAA or FDAC, something like that. They tell you if drugs are good to take or not good to take. Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3. So where is that with the games? Because this